St. Johnsbury is blossoming with new businesses and entrepreneurship. One of the most interesting stories is of a young man who, just a few years out of school, decided to buy one of the oldest distilleries in the state, move it here to Main Street, and create one of the finest in the region. For American Dream TV, I'm your host, Agent Chip Tremper. Welcome to the Northeast Kingdom. Come on along, let's check it out. We're here with Brendan Hughes, visionary, founder, and head chef of St. Johnsbury Distillery and Prohibition Restaurant. Tell us what inspired you and why here in St. Johnsbury?
Yeah, so especially when I was going to school here, I loved the area, I loved the people who I was associated with, I loved my upbringing, and I really wanted to come back here and help that for other people to be able to have that kind of opportunity to live and grow and have their kids here and have them go to a great school like St. Johnsbury Academy. That job creation was very important for me, and that's why I wanted to come back to my hometown, start a business like this, create jobs for people and opportunities for tourists to come in and see a very cool site while also spending money here.
What was the inspiration for a distillery?
And then my dad and I really wanted to do something together. So we were kind of searching around. We thought about a brewery, and there was a gentleman named Duncan Holiday who lived here on the outskirts of town and had his own distillery, and he did classes every single year. And so we went up to his property, very beautiful up there, and basically old Dunk was sitting there with a barn around it.
It's wicked tall, and it's unlike any of these other stills. Duncan designed and built this.
Yeah, so Duncan designed and built it from scratch. So you'll never find another still like that in the whole entire world.
Now, you are employing a bunch of your friends from the Academy.
Well, it's kind of funny because they always say never to go into business with family and friends, but we did the complete opposite here. And I think we do it very, very well. And that's because we respect each other. Yeah. And I think that's really where the core comes from.
Tell me about this beautiful copper still over here. Why is that one copper and this one stainless steel?
The copper adds a lot of those molecules to it and adds a little flavor to it. So that's why the copper is important for our vodka and our gin that we make out of ginger. Okay. When the rum, we usually use more of the stainless steel and glass.
So Brendan, one of the interesting things I find about your logo is the ruby-throated hummingbird.
When I was going to school for my undergrad in biology, I had to pick a discipline, and I actually chose ornithology as the discipline. The ruby-throated hummingbird is the only native hummingbird to our area of Vermont and the Northeast Kingdom, and it's a very beautiful bird, so it's obviously very appealing to look at. For us, it's also kind of our mission statement as well, so there's a lot of characteristics of the ruby-throated hummingbird that we wanted to translate into the company as well. Usually a very hungry bird, so it has a very high metabolism, so it has to constantly keep feeding. It's also a very agile bird, so it's one of the only birds that can stop on a dime, fly backwards even, change directions, and so that's just being agile for the company. Third is that it accomplishes big feats by going all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico for its migration season, so it's over 1,300 miles, kind of like accomplishing big things even though it's a small bird and kind of the area that it lives in, so that's kind of the third. The fourth is kind of the most important thing, is that it's a very territorial bird. It's kind of dedicated to its region, and for us that kind of looks like we're very dedicated to St. Johnsbury and the surrounding region to make sure that it remains healthy and thriving, and making sure that we're doing our best to be a good steward for the area, and so that's where that comes from.
Brendan, thanks so much for taking the time and showing us that with an entrepreneurial spirit, some vision, an inspired, dedicated staff, and the work ethic of a hummingbird, great things can happen.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us in the Northeast Kingdom. For American Dream TV, I'm Agent Tremper. We'll see you again soon. Now, I know it's early, but let's go try some of that new batch of Pirate Dan's rum.
Sounds like a plan.